Every life is a story, every moment a chapter. Here on Slow English Stories, we pause to listen.
He is a name you hear everywhere, from Silicon Valley to Cape Canaveral. You hear about him in world finance and on the internet. He is a man who dreams of colonies on Mars. At the same time, he starts arguments online. That man is Elon Musk.
Elon Musk once said, "If you're not failing often, you're not trying hard enough." He has become one of the most important and controversial people of the 21st century. He leads amazing companies like Tesla, which is making electric cars popular. He also leads SpaceX, which makes space travel easier. And he owns X, the company once known as Twitter, which he bought in a very dramatic way.
And these are just a few of his companies. He also has Neuralink, a brain-computer company, and the Boring Company, which digs tunnels for transport. On one hand, he inspires people with ideas for a clean future on Earth and for humans living on other planets. On the other hand, he often creates chaos. People say he goes into a demon mode, which is a state of very intense and sometimes destructive focus.
The main theme of Elon Musk's life is trying to do things that seem impossible. He often does this in ways that people either love or hate. This mix of great ideas and chaotic behavior is what drives him. His companies try to solve some of the hardest problems of our time. These problems include clean energy, transportation, artificial intelligence, and the future of the human mind.
His fearless embrace of risk-taking is famous. But he often creates controversy from his direct way of speaking to his chaotic takeover of Twitter. To understand Elon Musk, you must understand that his achievements, his methods, and his complex personality are all connected. Welcome! On this journey, we will explore the amazing and often chaotic life of Elon Musk. We will go from his difficult childhood in South Africa to his powerful position in the world today.
We will explore the things that made him who he is. We will look at the companies he built and the difficult times he faced. We will also look at the big ideas that keep pushing him forward. We'll talk about his reported genius and his famous demon mode. We'll look at the family man, the political person, and the man who dreams of cities on Mars. This is the story of Elon Musk in all its interesting and confusing detail.
Elon Reeve Musk was born on June 28, 1971, in Pretoria, South Africa. He grew up during apartheid, a time of racial separation that influenced his later choices. His mother, May Haldeman, was a Canadian model and dietitian. She had many talents and a strong, independent spirit, which likely had a big impact on her son. His father, Errol Musk, was a South African engineer, pilot, and property developer who also sold emeralds.
According to most stories, the Musk family was rich when Elon was young. His father once said they had so much money we couldn't even close our safe. But the story of this money, especially about an emerald mine, is complicated and debated. Elon and his father once said that Errol owned part of an emerald mine in Zambia. But in 2023, Errol said he just received some of the emeralds from 3 small mines. Elon Musk's biographer said the story about his father owning an emerald mine was not true. This confusing story about the family's money paints a difficult picture of Elon's father.
Elon was not an only child. He grew up with a younger brother, Kimball, and a younger sister, Tosca. His maternal grandfather, Dr. Joshua N. Haldeman, was a very important and unusual person in the family. He was a Canadian chiropractor and pilot who had very strong anti-government ideas. Elon heard many stories about his grandfather's travels and adventures. Elon himself said that his family got their desire for adventure from his grandfather.
Elon's parents divorced in 1979, when he was about 9 years old. Young Elon chose to live with his father. He said it was because his father had books and, more importantly, a computer. But later, he said this was a bad decision and he stopped speaking to his father. Elon said, "I felt sorry for my father, but I didn't really understand at the time what kind of person he was."
School life for Elon was very difficult. He was bullied horribly. In one terrible event, he was thrown down some stairs and beaten so badly he had to go to the hospital. Elon said his father was angry with him after the attack. His father said Elon had bothered the other boy. Elon's first wife, Justine, said, "If your father is always calling you a moron and an idiot, maybe the only response is to turn off your emotions."
These difficult experiences, the bullying, his difficult father, and growing up in apartheid South Africa, likely made Musk very strong. They may have also given him a deep need to control his environment and a powerful drive to succeed. The feeling of being powerless as a child could have created a lifelong desire for influence and respect. His famous demon mode might be a result of these early years. It's like a defense mechanism that turns on when his big goals are in danger.
Academically, Elon was a good but not great student. He was a fast reader and learned to program computers by himself. He wanted to leave South Africa for 2 reasons. First, he wanted to avoid mandatory service in the army because he opposed the apartheid government. Second, he wanted to go to the United States, which he saw as the land of opportunity. This decision to leave was an early act of rebellion and showed his later habit of challenging broken systems.
In 1989, at age 17, Elon Musk used his mother's Canadian passport and left South Africa. He arrived with some money from his father and his mother. In a symbolic early problem, he lost all the money from his father when his suitcase was left behind by a bus. The journey to build empires had begun, not with a big success, but with a lost bag.
Arriving in Canada in 1989, a 17-year-old Elon Musk took many different and difficult jobs to support himself. In 1990, he started at Queen's University in Ontario, where he studied physics and economics for 2 years. In 1992, he transferred to the University of Pennsylvania, UPenn. There, he earned 2 bachelor's degrees, one in physics and one in economics from the Wharton School. This combination of science and business gave him the perfect skills for his future.
Musk was very focused. His ex-girlfriend, Jennifer Gwynne, said his mind often seemed to be elsewhere, focused on getting out of college and becoming what he is now. She also said he followed the rules to get through school, but then broke the rules he didn't believe in. His dorm room was very simple, with just a computer and a chess set. He was not interested in typical college parties. After a big basketball win, he just stood to the side, observing and taking it all in.
Even though his family had money, Musk worked to support himself in college. He and a housemate reportedly turned their house into a nightclub on weekends to make money for their education. This early business skill was a sign of things to come. His ambitions were already aimed at Silicon Valley. His girlfriend said he was already talking about electric cars in the mid-1990s. He said he wanted to go to Stanford to figure out a way to build a better battery.
After graduating from Penn, Elon Musk was accepted into a PhD program in physics at Stanford University in 1995. This seemed like the perfect next step for him. Stanford was in the middle of Silicon Valley, and the internet revolution was happening all around. But something surprising happened next. After only 2 days, he dropped out of the PhD program. This quick, risky decision showed his personality.
Why did he leave? Musk felt that the internet offered a faster way to change society than his physics research. He wanted to be a part of the internet boom, not watch it from a university lab. It was a strategic decision to choose a bigger, faster opportunity. He had tried to get a job at Netscape, a popular internet company, but he never got a reply. This may have convinced him that if he couldn't join a company, he had to start his own. The 2-day PhD was the start of Elon Musk's journey as an entrepreneur. The university could wait, the internet would not.
In 1995, a 24-year-old Elon Musk started his first company with his brother, Kimball. The company was called Zip2. The idea was to create an online city guide for newspapers with maps and business listings. The early days were tough. The company was in a small office, and Elon coded the website day and night.
The company started with a small amount of money from Elon, his brother, and a friend. There is some disagreement about whether his father, Errol, also gave them money. Later, Zip2 received $3 million from a venture capital firm. This new money also brought changes. A new CEO was hired, and Elon became the chief technology officer. The new investors reportedly felt the young Musk was not ready to be the main leader. Elon's attempts to become CEO again were blocked by the board.
Despite the internal problems, Zip2 was successful. It made deals with big newspapers like the New York Times. The journey ended with a big success. In 1999, the computer company Compaq bought Zip2 for $307 million in cash. For his part of the company, Elon Musk received $22 million. This was a life-changing amount of money.
Zip2 was more than just a way to make money for Elon Musk. It was a tough learning experience. He learned about investors and the pain of being pushed aside in a company he started. This early lesson in losing control probably made him determined to keep control of his later companies, like SpaceX and Tesla. The $22 million gave him the money and confidence to take even bigger risks. One success was about to pay for the next, much bigger dream.
After selling Zip2, Elon Musk didn't rest. In March 1999, he used about $12 million of his own money to start his next company, X.com. His idea for X.com was very ambitious for its time. He wanted to create a complete online bank that could do everything, including payments by email. X.com was one of the first online banks to be protected by the government, which was a big deal. It quickly got over 200,000 customers.
But the early days of X.com had a lot of leadership problems. After only 5 months, Musk fired one of his co-founders because they disagreed on how to run the company. The other 2 co-founders then left as well. Investors thought Musk was too inexperienced to lead a financial company. By the end of 1999, they replaced him as CEO with a more experienced executive. Musk stayed on as chairman.
At the same time, a rival company called Confinity had a popular payment system called PayPal. In March 2000, X.com and Confinity decided to merge. The new company was led by Elon Musk as CEO. This merger brought together an amazing group of talented people. This group included Musk, Peter Thiel, Max Levchin, and Reid Hoffman. They would later be called the PayPal Mafia. Many of them went on to start other famous companies like YouTube, LinkedIn, and Yelp.
When Elon Musk became CEO of the merged company, a big fight started over technology. The company's systems were based on Unix, which the PayPal engineers loved. But Musk wanted to move everything to Microsoft's Windows platform. He thought Windows was better for a growing financial company. The engineers strongly disagreed. They believed Unix was more stable, secure, and flexible. This was a huge battle inside the company.
The fight came to a head in September 2000. While Elon Musk was away on his honeymoon, a coup happened in the boardroom. Other key leaders, including Peter Thiel and Max Levchin, organized his removal as CEO. They disagreed with his plan to switch to Windows and were worried about his management. The board voted to fire him. Peter Thiel became the new CEO. Musk was removed from his job, but he remained on the company's board.
After Musk was removed, the company focused only on PayPal and changed its name officially. But the story was not over for Elon Musk financially. In July 2002, the website eBay bought PayPal for an amazing $1.5 billion. As the largest shareholder, Elon Musk received a huge amount of money, around $176 million after taxes. This massive payment gave him the money to start his really big dreams, space exploration with SpaceX and electric cars with Tesla. Without this money, his most famous companies might never have started.
With the money from PayPal, Elon Musk did not choose a quiet life. His attention turned up to the planet Mars. His first idea was called the Mars Oasis Project. The plan was to send a small greenhouse to Mars to grow plants. The goal was not science. The goal was to get people excited about space again. He wanted to create an image of green plants on a red background to inspire people and increase NASA's budget.
To launch his greenhouse, Musk needed rockets. But American rockets were too expensive, costing around $80 million each. So, in late 2001, Musk went to Russia. His mission was to buy cheap, refurbished Russian missiles to use as rockets. The Russian rocket industry leaders did not take him seriously. They were suspicious of this young internet millionaire and his strange plans. The negotiations failed because the Russians kept asking for more money.
On the flight back from Moscow, a key moment happened. Musk, using his physics knowledge and a laptop, started calculating the real cost of building a rocket himself. He realized that the raw materials for a rocket were only about 2% of the price he was being asked to pay. He concluded that the high cost was because of inefficient old companies, not because the materials were expensive. This was a huge realization. If he couldn't buy cheap rockets, he would build them himself, and he would make them reusable.
So, in May 2002, Elon Musk founded Space Exploration Technologies Corporation, or SpaceX. He invested an incredible $100 million of his own money from the PayPal sale. The main goal of SpaceX was, and still is, to make space travel cheaper. And the ultimate goal is to make humans a multiplanetary species. Going to Mars wasn't just a dream, it was the real reason for starting the company.
After starting SpaceX, the team had to actually build a rocket. Their first rocket was the Falcon 1. It was designed to be cheap and carry small satellites into space. But getting to space turned out to be very, very hard. The first launch attempt was on March 24, 2006. Less than a minute after liftoff, the rocket caught fire and failed. It was a disaster.
The team did not give up. They prepared for a second launch. On March 21, 2007, the second Falcon 1 launched. This time, it flew much higher, but it still failed to reach orbit. A problem during stage separation caused it to fail. 2 failures in a row was a big problem for a new company. The third launch attempt was on August 3, 2008. Disaster struck again. A small problem after the first stage separated caused it to hit the second stage, and the mission failed.
3 failures in a row. This was a crisis for SpaceX. The company was mainly funded by Elon Musk's personal money, and it was about to go bankrupt. At the same time, the 2008 global financial crisis was happening, and Musk's other company, Tesla, was also about to fail. Musk was fighting to save both companies, and his money was running out fast. The stress was huge. He was reportedly waking up from nightmares. He later said he only had enough money for one more launch. If the fourth launch failed, SpaceX was finished.
The stakes were incredibly high for the fourth Falcon 1 launch. On September 28, 2008, the rocket lifted off. This time, it worked. It successfully reached orbit. SpaceX became the first privately funded company to launch a liquid-fueled rocket into orbit. This one success saved the company from failure and financial ruin. It proved that Musk's vision could work.
SpaceX learned from every failure. This style of design, build, test, fail, learn was painful and expensive, but it helped them build strong rockets quickly. This was very different from the slow, careful way that older aerospace companies worked. The success of the fourth flight was the lifeline SpaceX needed. Just 3 months later, SpaceX won a huge contract from NASA worth more than $1 billion. This contract was to carry cargo to the International Space Station. This money saved SpaceX and allowed it to grow.
After the success of Falcon 1, SpaceX aimed higher. They built the Falcon 9 rocket, which was much bigger and more powerful. They also built the Dragon spacecraft. In May 2012, Dragon became the first commercial spacecraft to connect with the International Space Station, ISS. Later, SpaceX developed a version of Dragon that could carry people, called Crew Dragon. On May 30, 2020, Crew Dragon sent 2 NASA astronauts to the ISS. This was the first time a private company had sent humans into orbit. It was a huge moment for the U.S. space program.
But Musk's biggest change to the space industry was making rockets reusable. He knew that to make space travel cheap enough for Mars, they had to stop throwing away rockets. The engineering problem was huge, landing a giant rocket booster back on Earth safely. After many tries and amazing failures, they did it. On December 22, 2015, SpaceX successfully landed a rocket booster on land for the first time. This changed everything. Reusable rockets can cut launch costs by as much as 70%. This has allowed SpaceX to dominate the launch market.
SpaceX continued to grow. Musk started another massive project, Starlink. Starlink is a giant network of thousands of small satellites that provide high-speed internet all over the world. But all of these projects, Falcon 9, Dragon, Starlink, are steps towards the final goal, Mars. The vehicle for that dream is Starship. Starship is a giant, fully reusable rocket system designed to carry 100 people to Mars. Its development involves building, flying, braking, and repeating the process to learn quickly. NASA has already chosen Starship to land astronauts on the moon for its Artemis program. Starship is the key to Musk's dream of building cities on Mars.
While Musk was dreaming of Mars, another big idea was forming. This one was for Earth. The idea was Tesla Motors, the company that would lead the electric car revolution. But Tesla was not started by Elon Musk. It was founded in July 2003 by two engineers, Martin Eberhard and Mark Tarpenning. Their idea was to build an electric sports car for people who cared about the environment but also wanted a fast, cool car. They wanted to prove that electric cars could be better than gas cars.
Elon Musk joined Tesla in February 2004. Using his money from PayPal, he invested $6.5 million in the company. With this big investment, Musk became the chairman of the board. He was not just a quiet investor. He became very involved in the design and engineering of the car. His vision was the same as the founders. Electric cars should be faster, safer, and more advanced than regular cars. The first car to show this was the Tesla Roadster. It was built to destroy the idea that electric cars were slow golf carts.
The early years of Tesla were full of big goals. But behind the scenes, there were problems between the original CEO, Martin Eberhard, and the chairman, Elon Musk. They disagreed about how much the Roadster was costing and how long it was taking to develop. Musk became more and more critical of Eberhard's leadership. In late 2007, the board, led by Musk, asked Eberhard to step down as CEO. Eberhard was not happy with this change.
The fight got worse and ended up in court. In 2009, Martin Eberhard sued Elon Musk. He said Musk had pushed him out of the company he started and had damaged his reputation. But the lawsuit was soon dropped, likely because they reached a private settlement. An important part of the settlement was an agreement that 5 people could call themselves co-founders of Tesla. This list included Musk, even though he was not there when the company was first created. Being called a co-founder was clearly very important to Musk.
In October 2008, Elon Musk became the CEO of Tesla. This happened during the worst part of the global financial crisis. It was a terrible time for a young car company. Tesla was about to go bankrupt. By Christmas Eve 2008, the company was hours away from running out of money. Musk was trying to raise more money from investors, but one major investor resisted. In a last-minute Christmas Eve miracle, the investors finally agreed to give Tesla more money, saving it from collapse.
In 2009, Tesla got another lifeline. The company received a $465 million loan from the U.S. government. This loan was extremely important. It gave Tesla the money it needed to develop its next car, the Model S. It also allowed the company to prepare to sell its stock to the public in an IPO. This government help showed that even though Musk's companies are private, government support was very important for their survival.
After the success of the Model S, Tesla took on its biggest challenge yet, the Model 3. The Model 3 was meant to be a cheaper electric car for the mass market. Hundreds of thousands of people pre-ordered the car. But making so many cars plunged Tesla and Elon Musk into a period he called production hell. From 2017 to 2018, the company had serious delays and production problems.
A big reason for the problems was Musk's idea for a super-automated factory. He wanted robots to do almost all the work. But the complex robots often failed or couldn't do the job properly. This made production even slower. Musk later admitted his mistake. He tweeted, "Excessive automation at Tesla was a mistake. Humans are underrated." They had to remove many robots and hire more people.
Musk's response to production hell was to work even harder. He famously moved into the Tesla factory for months. He slept on a couch or even on the floor so his team would see him working beside them. He believed this was important for team spirit. He said, "If the team thinks their leader is off somewhere having a good time, it's demoralizing." He later said that if he hadn't done that, Tesla would have gone bankrupt.
In another creative move, Tesla built a new assembly line inside a giant tent outside the main factory. It was a strange solution for a car company, but it worked. Slowly, Tesla started to solve its problems and increase production. By 2020, the Model 3 became the best-selling electric car in the world. One car expert said that the difficult experience of production hell actually gave Tesla a 10-year lead over its competitors in manufacturing. The painful experience had made the company stronger and more innovative.
While Musk was changing cars and rockets, he started another, even stranger company, Neuralink. The company was started in 2016. Its goal is to connect the human brain to computers. Musk invested $100 million of his own money into this idea. The short-term goal is to use brain implants to help people with serious brain diseases. For example, it could help people who can't move or see.
But Musk's long-term vision for Neuralink is about more than medicine. He wants to improve human abilities. He believes this is important for humanity's future, especially with the rise of artificial intelligence, AI. He worries that superintelligent AI could become a danger to humans. He thinks that by connecting our brains with AI, humans can avoid becoming less important or being controlled by machines. So, Neuralink is also about protecting humanity's future.
The technology uses very thin threads that are put into the brain by a special robot. In January 2024, Musk announced that Neuralink had put its first implant into a human patient. The goal is to allow people who are paralyzed to control computers with their thoughts. But the company has also faced a lot of criticism. People are concerned about its testing on animals, as many animals died during experiments. The idea of putting chips in healthy people's brains also raises many difficult ethical questions.
As if his other projects were not enough, Elon Musk decided to solve another problem: traffic. In 2016, while stuck in Los Angeles traffic, he tweeted, "I am going to build a tunnel boring machine and just start digging." And he did. In 2017, he founded the Boring Company. The company's mission is to reduce city traffic by building networks of underground tunnels. The idea is that autonomous electric cars would travel through these tunnels at high speeds.
The company's first big project was the Las Vegas Convention Center Loop, which opened in 2021. The system uses tunnels to connect different parts of the convention center. But instead of high-speed, self-driving cars, it uses regular Teslas with human drivers at low speeds. It is useful for short trips, but it's not the transportation revolution Musk first described. Many of the company's other big projects in cities like Los Angeles and Chicago have been canceled or delayed. Critics say it's more of a fun ride than a real solution to traffic.
Elon Musk's relationship with artificial intelligence is complex. He is fascinated by it, but also very worried about its dangers. In 2015, he co-founded OpenAI. It was started as a nonprofit company. The mission was to make sure that powerful AI helps all of humanity. He was worried about AI becoming too powerful and being controlled by only a few people.
But Musk left OpenAI in 2018. He said it was because of conflicts with his work at Tesla, which also uses AI. But reports said he also disagreed with OpenAI's new direction, especially its partnership with Microsoft. As OpenAI became more successful, Musk became more critical of it. In 2023, he started his own new AI company called xAI. The goal of xAI is to build a safer AI that is maximally curious and seeks the truth. He believes this kind of AI will be less dangerous to humans.
To understand Elon Musk the person, we must look at his personality. He has said that he has Asperger's syndrome, which is a form of autism. He revealed this when he hosted the TV show Saturday Night Live. People who know him say he is sometimes bad at understanding social situations. Musk himself said he learned how people communicate by reading books. This might explain why his communication style can sometimes seem blunt or rude.
A more dramatic part of his personality is what people call his demon mode. This is a time of extreme focus, but it can also make him very harsh and mean. His former partner, the musician Grimes, gave a clear description. She said that in demon mode, Musk goes dark, and that it causes a lot of chaos, but it also gets shit done. This shows the strange mix in his personality. The same intensity that creates success can also create a difficult environment for others.
One of Musk's most famous thinking tools is first principles thinking. This is a way of solving problems by breaking them down to their most basic parts. Instead of accepting that something is expensive, he asks what it's made of and what the basic materials cost. He did this with batteries. He calculated the cost of the raw materials and found they were much cheaper than the final battery price. This showed him that the high cost came from the way they were made, not the materials themselves. He did the same thing with rockets, which led him to create SpaceX. This method is the key to many of his big ideas.
Elon Musk's personal life has been full of public interest and drama. He has been married 3 times and has at least 13 children with 3 different women. His first wife was author Justine Wilson. They met in college. Their first son, Nevada, sadly died at 10 weeks old. After this, they used IVF and had twin sons in 2004, and then triplet sons in 2006. They divorced in 2008.
In 2022, one of their twins, Xavier, legally changed her name to Vivian Jenna Wilson and said she no longer wanted to be related to her father. This was a painful public moment for Musk. After his divorce from Justine, Musk married actress Tallulah O'Reilly. They married and divorced twice, but had no children. He also had a very public relationship with actress Amber Heard.
In 2018, Musk started a relationship with the musician Grimes. They have 3 children together with very unusual names. Their first son is named XAEA12, pronounced X-A12. Their daughter is named Exa Dark Sidereal, nicknamed Y. And their second son is named Technomechanicus, nicknamed Tau. The names reflect Musk's interests in math, science fiction, and technology.
Musk also has children with Shervon Zeles, an executive at his company Neuralink. In 2021, they had twins, a son named Strider and a daughter named Azure. In early 2024, they had another daughter named Arcadia. And in March 2025, they had a son named Selden Lycurgus. These names are also very unique, with references to books like The Lord of the Rings and Foundation. These unusual names give us a look into Musk's unique way of thinking.
Elon Musk has also become an important and controversial person in politics. He had a complicated relationship with former and current President Donald Trump. After Trump won the 2024 election, Musk was given a new job. He was asked to lead the new Department of Government Efficiency, or DOGE. The goal of DOGE was to cut government spending and make the government work better.
But the partnership between Musk and Trump did not last. In mid-2025, they had a big public fight. Musk criticized a major law supported by Trump, calling it a disgusting abomination on social media. Trump responded by criticizing Musk. The fight became a bitter war of words online. By June 2025, President Trump said in an interview that his relationship with Elon Musk was over. Soon after, Musk reportedly left his job at DOGE.
Musk has also been very involved in the world of cryptocurrency, especially Dogecoin. Dogecoin started as a joke meme coin based on a picture of a Shiba Inu dog. But its price often went up or down based on what Musk tweeted about it. He called himself the Doge Father and talked about it on Saturday Night Live. His influence was so strong that it led to a lawsuit which he won. His actions in politics and crypto show how much influence he has and how chaotic he can be.
Behind all the business and controversy, Elon Musk is driven by big ideas about the future. The most important one is making humans a multiplanetary species by colonizing Mars. He believes this is necessary for the long-term survival of humans. He thinks Earth is in danger from many things, like asteroids or climate change. A colony on Mars would be like a lifeboat for humanity. He has said, "My mission in life is to make mankind a multiplanetary civilization."
Musk's other big concern is about the future of human consciousness and AI. He believes that AI, if it becomes much smarter than humans, is a major risk to our civilization. He worries that a superintelligent AI could become out of control. This is why he helped start OpenAI with a focus on safety. It is also why he started his own AI company, xAI, to create a safer form of AI. And it is why he started Neuralink to help humans connect with AI and not be left behind.
The story of Elon Musk is not finished. His journey from a bullied boy in South Africa to a world-changing figure is amazing. His companies have achieved incredible things. SpaceX has changed space travel, and Tesla has pushed the world towards electric cars. But the man himself is full of contradictions. The visionary who wants to save humanity can also be a difficult and chaotic person.
His legacy will be judged not just by his technology, but by his long-term impact on society. Will he be remembered as a savior who brought us to Mars and clean energy? Or will he be remembered as a disruptive man whose difficult methods sometimes caused problems? The answer is likely to be as complex as he is. His story is an exciting and sometimes scary tale of what one person with big dreams and a lot of money can do. As the world watches, everyone asks the same question: what will Elon Musk do next?